the stream, and this is the Weekend Boost. I am your host, Paul Lane, the author of the Caregiver's Handbook. I don't even have a copy of it today. I got so much to talk about with you guys, man. You know, we're getting a crowd. The crowd's getting bigger and bigger every week. More and more people are finding out about what we have to share, getting their eyes open, getting educated, getting some information that they can use to prepare yourself for times that are in front of us and times that are right now. Guys, you know that I always, oh, I did bring you, this is my book, the Caregiver's Handbook. So this is a book I wrote about my first wife. She died of cancer in 2008. I was her caregiver, and it's a handbook to help you, to guide you through those situations that we will find ourselves through in our lifetimes. Those of you who follow the show also know that I support CALMA, Colorado Alliance for Latino Mentors and Authors. This is the anthology. It's been out for a year, you guys. Come on, pick up a copy. This is a collection of short stories, essays, and poems by local Chicano Latino authors. And if you're interested in getting a book, reach out to us at the station, or you can find it at calmaco.gov or .org. Sorry, guys. We're at a critical time where I really want to talk about some books that you need to get in your hands. You may not know it, but after World War II, the United States let a lot of Nazis into the United States. And those Nazis are still here. Their grandchildren are here. This book, Operation Paperclip, talks about how the United States allowed over 3,000, I'm going to say 1,500 just to be minimize it, over 1,500 Nazi officers, some of them accused of war crimes, never were held accountable, came here and became government employees to the United States. This is a great book that you really should have in your collection. Every week I talk about this book, The People's History of the United States. You guys think that Columbus sailed the ocean blue? While Columbus sailed with slaves in hand, fed children to dogs. You will not believe the things you will find out about the real history of the United States. They say history was written by the victor. Well, this is a side of history that you never saw, you will never see in school, but it's a very, very informative book that really you should understand and know. At such a time as this, how to overthrow the government. Guys, I don't know if you heard, but yesterday every general in the entire world was called into Quantico, Virginia. And the Secretary of War of the Department of War called in all these generals, and who knows why. But you know something? It's not a good thing when all the generals in the world are called in at one time. It's never happened in our lifetime. Our government is rogue. Our government is out of control. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. The Hate Next Door. My gosh, guys. I've been reading this book, and this book will blow your mind. You never knew how many neo-Nazis lived right in your own neighborhood. This book took place in Mesa, Arizona, and it was an undercover cop that infiltrates skinhead gangs. And Mesa, Arizona is not an area where you would think skinheads exist, but he ended up going to a club called the Nile in Mesa, Arizona, and it was skinhead night. And that book takes on a life of its own, and please, find out about this book, because you need to understand how they identify each other, how they're communicating with each other, and what they do that may be harmful to your safety and your future. You know, these guys go on what they call hunting trips, and they get a bunch of them together, and they go out and they find black, brown, and Jewish people, and they go and chase them down and beat them within an inch of their life. That's what they do, man. Be aware. And the last thing I want to talk about before we start our show is this. You know that I stand for all indigenous and oppressed people. My grandfather was a Mexican citizen. He was born in a little town in northern Mexico called Plaza de Leones. My grandfather, his son, was an American citizen, and they were born in the same land. It was now called Walsenburg, Colorado. I didn't cross the border. The border crossed me. That's why I stand for indigenous people, people who are being forced from their land, and the colonization of the entire earth, and how the indigenous people have paid all of the price for it. And that's my stand, and that's what I believe, and that's what I've seen in historic findings, and that's the truth of it all, guys. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. On my show, I have a motto, and it says this: everybody's looking for a hero. If you can't find one, be one. And so today I have a host of guests that are heroes, are very, very much heroes. First, I want to introduce Jeanette. I have Valenciari. Bilancieri. She is our interpreter for the day. She is very, very proud of her Mexican and her Venezuelan roots. She has a background in the banking industry, but she has a lot of pride in her culture, and so she's going to be translating for us today. Also, I have Fidel Martinez. And Fidel owns a gym here in Denver. If you guys are interested in getting into boxing, finding out about boxing, man, this guy's been involved in everything from Bellator to professional boxing. And so he's going to be one of our guests. And Fran
Gerson Puerto.
Fran Gerson Puerta. Okay, and I'm excited to have Fran. Is okay? Fran here today because he is a professional boxer, man, and he has a boxing match coming in October 3rd.
Yep.
October 3rd, and so please stay tuned because my understanding is he trained with Johnny Canales.
Terrence Crawford.
Terrence Crawford. Oh, the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So está bueno.
Yes, he was in camp for Terrence Crawford for 2 months.
Oh. So
For the Canelo fight, yes.
So that's pretty exciting, man. It's just an honor to have you guys. Welcome. Bienvenidos.
Thank you.
So I'm going to start with you, Fidel. Tell me a little bit about your gym. How did you get started?
Well, that's a crazy story. I got started because of my daughter. She was a trouble kid in high school, and she was just getting in trouble every day. Came to me, said she wanted to do boxing. I said, no, you're not going to do boxing until you go to school and show me you really want to do something with your life. So she did. Got her into boxing. She did 4 years of schooling in 3 years because of boxing, because I got her in it. After that, my wife told me, why don't I open my own gym? I opened my own gym, and
Wow.
that's 10, 12 years from now that I've had my own gym and been running kids programs, adults, professional fighters, and
Wow, man.
everything.
I think having vision is so powerful. It's a wonderful thing when you have a vision because, you can see the future. I've heard it said that where there is no vision, the people perish. And so, how long have you had your gym now?
Now I believe it's 12 years total.
Oh man, so you ain't a rookie.
Yeah, no, not no more. Not no more.
All right. Fran, you've been boxing since you were a child.
¿Tú has estado boxeando desde que eres niño?
Sí, señor.
Sí.
Desde que tenía los 9 años.
9 years old.
Wow. ¿Cuántos años tienes ahora?
Ahora tengo 31 años.
31 years old.
31.
So he's 31. He's a young man. You got a lot of years ahead of you, huh?
Unos años adelante.
Y vamos por más.
Sí.
Yeah, and he's going for more.
So you've had a journey. Your family went from Venezuela to Colombia, all the way to Mexico to the United States, and entered the country legally. And
Yeah, tú tuviste, te viniste desde Venezuela y luego estuviste en Colombia y luego estuviste en México y luego ya ahorita Estados Unidos, que has tenido bastante lo que ha pasado en los últimos años.
Sí, llegué a Colombia y luego de Colombia me vine por la selva, caminé 6 países para poder llegar acá a los Estados Unidos y pues gracias a Dios me ha ido súper bien acá.
So yes, he was in Venezuela and then decided to go to Colombia to see if there were opportunities there, and then there weren't. So then they actually walked from Colombia all the way here to the United States with his wife and son.
people, all my life I've talked to people and they have this thing about immigrants and how are they coming here to steal our jobs and all this. And can you imagine having to walk through countries because your life is so endangered, and so people without compassion, I mean, you have to have no compassion to not see that. Some of my best friends that I've ever had, Franco Arguello, he was from Veracruz, Mexico. Beto Terrazas, he's a singer. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He just passed away. He was my brother, man. But when you have to go through this kind of a journey, I mean, you have been a reason.
Dice que para hacer esa trayectoria tienes que tener una razón, un motivo, no nomás vienes porque nomás es conveniente, o sea, es porque quieres algo, quieres un cambio, quieres hacer algo bueno para tu vida, tu familia, tu futuro.
Mm. How old is your son now?
¿Tu hijo cuántos años tiene?
Mi hijo tiene 9 años.
9 años, ¿no más?
No. Solo
Uno
tengo,
está bien.
solo tengo uno.
So, how many professional fights have you had?
¿Cuántos peleas?
11.
11.
11.
Oh man, that's good.
Yes. He's 6-5, which is not a great record, but
It's pretty good, man.
We got juked on about 3 fights. 2
I
fights
believe
here in Colorado, 1 in Colombia, that he won. We're winning, and it kind of just didn't go his way. So
Yeah.
kind of, it's boxing. It
Yeah.
happens. You know what I mean? Our record should be better than what we were, but he's still that great. They'll see. Like
Oh, I
that, there's a
believe
reasoning why he's
Mhm.
doing this. Like you said, there's no reason why. There's a reason why he went through all that hardship to get here.
To get here, yes.
Yes. I mean, he's the first guy, like I tell them, it's unbelievable to me to that, how people can struggle here in the United States or even in Colorado. But I have a man here that I met, and then within 4 months of meeting him, he got his own apartment, he got his own job, and he's got a car.
Mhm.
How come the regular people can't do that? Quit being lazy.
I want to say something.
Please.
Is that I've been with Fran since actually like a few weeks that he arrived.
Wow.
We
okay.
met on accident in I was a volunteer handing out clothes to people that were coming in when they were busing them in, because they were busing them in shorts, t-shirts, and flip-flops.
Mhm.
And it was 30 degrees outside, snowing. And so I got with a group of women and we were handing them out, and nobody spoke Spanish except for me. And so he approached me and we started, he told me he was a boxer and that if I, knew of work. He just wanted to work. And I found that really impressive because I asked him, I said, no, we're just giving out things. And he said, no, you guys have already given me stuff. I don't need any more stuff. Leave that to the other people that don't have it. And that to me struck a chord. I was like, wow. Like most people are like, yeah, just give me things. And he didn't do that. And so one of the really amazing things about his dedication was they put them in these shelters. I don't know if you guys heard what they were. They were like those little micro hotels, and they would put 2 to 3 families in one room. And he wanted to train, and so I would go almost every day to go give out donations, and they wouldn't let him train. He would just go for a run in the parking lot, and they were so controlled that they were like, no, you can't run in the parking lot.
Wow.
And so he would have to actually leave the property to be able to just even go for a run, and because his passion was, I want to stay fit, I still want to look for boxing. And we tried to find him gyms, but every gym shut the doors. Like they were like, no, we're not gonna waste your time, because people didn't respond. And the only one that did was Fidel's gym.
Wow.
And one of the things that I want to give credit to Fidel is Fidel opened his gym without charging him anything. And on top of that, they would go and pick him up from the shelter because he didn't have a car every day so he could train.
Wow.
And so there's like that good people there that have that great heart, and that's why I still stay with them. That's why I'm still involved with them, and that's why I'm here to help, because there are good people out there and we're just not hearing those stories. I always say, we need to change the narrative. We hear in the news all the negative and the bad people and blah 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 blah, but then why don't we hear about these amazing stories?
Exactly. I talk about Kendrick Lamar in the halftime show of the Super Bowl all the time. He said, turn the TV off. I stopped watching American media. I did, because it's all propaganda. And I found that what you're seeing on the news and what the reality of life is not the same. They always feature the worst of the worst. I'm going to say this: Charlie Kirk only pointed out the bad of the bad. He never pointed out any good, and he only made it look like all problems were other people's problems. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't think shooting him was right. I don't think killing anybody is right. But his message was not a message of love. I'll say that. That's all. Tell me, before I forget, what's the name of your gym and where's it located?
It's called A Family Affair Boxing. We're located in Westminster, off of 74th and Federal.
Sure that? 74th and Federal, off of 74th and Federal. If somebody wanted to get a hold of you and become a part of your gym, how could they reach you?
They can reach me by my phone number. They can Google the gym, get on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We have all that social media.
Right on.
Anywhere on there, just message us, message me. I'm connected to all that. If they need my phone number, it's 720-568-9934. That
All
is
right.
the
Say
gym.
that once more.
720-568-9934.
Right
That
on.
is the number of the gym.
So please, guys, reach out. Show some love. Give some support to this gym. If you have a young person that that's troubled or really needs some direction, this is a good step for you, man. This is when you have structure in your life. I mean, I was a troubled kid, and my mom put me in trumpet classes. Believe it or not, it made a big difference. My grades all went up. My reading went up. My math went up. Everything.
Yep.
When you're involved in sports, or when you're involved in something that has some kind of guidance and structure, it always propels you up to higher levels.
Yes, it does.
I'm curious, were you raised by two parents or a mother only?
Que dice que si tuviste dos papás, tuviste tu mamá y tu papá, le dije que los dos.
Sí, los dos.
Los dos. Es
His-
más importante.
His dad was the one that got him into boxing.
Ah, cool.
Que tu papá fue el que te puso en boxing, and not only him, his sister too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Mamá.
Is she here too?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. Tu hermana también estaba en boxing y me está preguntando que sí está.
Sí, está acá.
Sí.
Now, I'm curious, now that you're a professional boxer, are you taking young niños up with you? Niñas?
Que si ahora que tú eres un boxeador profesional, tú también estás ayudando a los niños que también aprendan el box.
Sí, que se motiven pues a seguir el deporte, que pues el deporte ayuda mucho en el tema de las drogas, en el tema del alcohol, en los problemas personales también. Es un deporte que ayuda mucho básicamente a mejorar tu vida, tanto la salud pues como la vida personal.
Yeah, he says that it's a sport that helps kids get out of drugs, out of problems, and it not only helps you like get out of that, but it's also physically helpful and structuring to sports is just good for you and keeps you healthy.
There's not a single kid in the gym that don't know who he is.
No
He
kidding.
works with every kid. He talks to everyone, even with the English Spanish differential there. Boxing's universal.
Uh-huh,
You
right
know
on.
what to do. He sits and talks to every single kid that's in that gym.
Cool, man.
Every single day.
Now, are you learning a lot of English now?
No.
No,
Yeah, poquito. He is.
He's
Yes, he is.
getting there, but I told him he needs to practice.
I think I'm learning more Spanish.
Necesita entiende los contratos, hablar más inglés, más dinero. Mira, I was a trainer. I did OSHA training, and I installed natural gas for 14 years, and I trained other guys how to install it. And I would get the Mexicanos would come into class, and I would tag them, how much they paying you? And they say $13 an hour. And the other guys would come in, and they would be saying $17 an hour. Wow, I told them.
Dice que él entrenó para gente porque él trabajaba en lo que era el petróleo y él era entrenador de cómo entrenar para hacer las máquinas y dice que él hablaba con los mexicanos y que le decía ¿cuántos están pagando? Decía $13 la hora y los que hablaban inglés decían ellos les pagaban 17. Dice entonces por eso es bien importante tener el inglés.
Igual, la trabajo es igual, la dinero es igual. ¿No?
See.
Claro.
Yep.
See, and so I just believe that when we can have more opportunities afforded it, we're not looking for anybody to pull us up.
Yep.
We want an equal hand. I worked in corporate America, before I became a trainer, and we had a utility industry that's the most racist. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. It's very racist, and they would always talk about affirmative action, and I always said, you know what, I'll outwork all of you, and I made it a pride, like you said, I always try to make it a point that I don't need no favors, I just need an equal playing field, when we can get an equal playing field, we're gonna start seeing results, I'm kind of babbling, but I think it's very important for us to understand that we are inteligente, we are más duro, we have a lot of cultural pride, and I think it's really important for us as leaders, as adults, when we have niños and niñas, hablar con ellos, su cultura, sus raíces, su familias, and the value in you, in this individual, a boy or girl, it doesn't matter.
Sí, dice que para él, dice que pues debería de ser siempre lo que refleja tu pago sería el trabajo y que todo sea igual. Desafortunadamente no vivimos en ese tipo de vida, entonces es importante pues tratar de cambiar ese lado, pero como no ha cambiado también pues hay que hablar inglés, para que te paguen más pues hay que hablar inglés. Desafortunadamente sí hay esa división, pero I'm sorry, I forgot the last part that you said about kids. Enseñarles a los niños de su cultura, de sus raíces, no perder eso, porque es importante también para que cuando ellos crezcan sepan de sus vidas.
I don't want to stay too much on that, but I want to talk about so many things. Yo quiero hablar muchas cosas.
Que tiene mucho que quiere hablar con.
So when you prepare for a fight, what does it take? What do you do? How do you get ready for a fight?
Cuando tú te preparas para una pelea, ¿qué es lo que haces? Los pasos.
Los pasos que hago.
Ajá.
Pues todo depende del rival con que vamos a pelear. Todo depende del tiempo que tenemos y pues la planificación la hacemos mediante lo que viene siendo un ciclo de preparación física, técnico-táctica, de acuerdo a la pelea que vamos a tener.
He says that it all depends on who his opponent will be, and also how much time they have to that fight. So then they put together a plan that is physical, like strength and conditioning, on top of the techniques that they will be using against that opponent as well. So it's very important to know your opponent.
Yes, that makes sense. I watch BKFC every day.
I like it too. I'm not a fan. I don't want none of my guys fighting it.
Oh, man,
but I'll watch it, believe me. I'm a man. I like to see people get beat up.
Yeah. But I was, thinking about it when you were talking about how he's had some fights taken away. I see it all the time.
Oh, all the time.
I see him call fights that they should not call. I see him call for guys they should not call for, and it's like, hey.
Well, the fight before this one we had in Florida, he had a Cuban Olympian. We were fighting. And he went out there and he knocked him down in the second round, I think it was, and then beat him up for the rest of the fight, and we lost a split decision. What can you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, our job is to make sure we don't go to the judges, but sometimes that guy's tough, and you can just, but you're supposed to do your job in there, which we believe he did. But again, the judges are, whatever they see is
their opinion. That's the one the fallibility, I guess is the word, I don't know. Of having a human judge, is their opinion is their vote.
Yep, exactly. They just may not like you, or they like that other guy, or they see something different, and you can lose the fight in that way. That is the bad thing.
Está explicando de cómo es el proceso de perder y luego con los jueces y lo que pasó en la pelea en Florida. Le estaba comentando cómo pasa eso.
So, really all you can do is just have grace and walk away with a smile and know next time.
Yes.
El próximo.
Dice que es muy importante a veces tener la gracia de no enojarte y nomás sonreír y al que sigue y seguir luchando.
Pues es boxeo, es un deporte y en el boxeo muchas cosas pueden pasar. Uno tiene que ser bien maduro para saber cómo aceptar ese tipo de cosas.
Yeah, he says in boxing, you have to have the maturity to accept those types of decisions sometimes and move on.
Yeah, that's a tough part about it.
Yeah.
And being the coach, you're sitting there saying.
I try to fight for them as much as I can. Because they. I see the hard training and everything they put into this fight. Their months of time away from their family. The time that he spent, what was it, month and a half down in Colorado Springs, and only got to see his wife and son on the weekends. But that's the sacrifice that they're all making, and that's what he wants to do. Nobody sees that but us. We see the struggle that they do, and when they don't get their, what do you say? The
just due.
Just due, yeah. It's hard. You know, I mean, they work their, excuse my language, they work their ass off.
Mhm.
And they work and every single day, and then a single judge just decides that they didn't win. You know, they got to know in their heart that they won that fight. You got to come back again, and come back again.
And the other fighter knows it too.
Yes. Oh yeah. As a fighter, you know that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in there and you lose a fight, you know you lost the fight.
Yeah, you always see at the end of the fight that, you know, the referee's there, and the guy who wins is like this.
Yeah,
and the other guy,
exactly.
and the other guy's not trying to raise that
Yeah.
hand either.
Oh,
He's just
yeah.
like, all right, you know what I mean? Which that's the way boxing is, and that's
Yes.
one thing great about boxing is, even if you lose, you're passionate enough to give that guy his credit.
Yes.
He spent that round and put his life on the line. Nobody realized one of these guys take one shot, they could die from the first round to the 10th, 12th round. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
You know, when they go through a war with somebody, that's, you know, the camaraderie and the respect that these guys all give. Nobody sees that in the back. Nobody sees that in the locker room. After the fights, all these guys are giving each other love and hugs. You just spent 15 minutes in there punching that dude in the face as hard as you can.
Mhm.
But then you're giving back there and say, hey, much respect, thank you for the fight. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Wow.
Este.
That's a
You
long
understand
way.
poquito, right? You understand me poquito.
Sí, es que pues estaba hablando de eso, o sea, toda esa dedicación que ustedes le dan entrenando, no pasando tiempo con su familia y todo eso, mucha gente no ve eso porque nomás ve lo que es la pelea y tampoco ven que también el respeto que tienen para el oponente. Que después cuando termina la pelea el que pierde sabe que perdió, pero de todas maneras se van y se saludan y no enseñan esa parte del box también, que el respeto mutuo porque saben el esfuerzo que hicieron para entrenar para llegar a ese nivel.
Sí, es algo que, pues, lo que le atrae al público siempre es la polémica y la confrontación, pero realmente detrás de eso habemos dos personas, dos seres humanos que nos esforzamos para cumplir una meta y pues de igual manera somos personas que tenemos una vida social normal y también somos atletas que respetamos el esfuerzo de cada uno y pues terminamos saludándonos y dándonos el respeto mutuo por todo el sacrificio que hemos hecho para poder presentar un buen espectáculo para el público.
He definitely agreed with what he said. He just reiterated. It's like, yeah, it's like people just want to see the fight and the action, but the behind the scenes is the dedication and the love for the sport.
A lot of love, yeah.
And that's what keeps them, like that brotherly love and respect outside of what nobody sees. And it's like, I respect you because you trained hard, I trained hard, and we know that effort.
You've earned the right to be there.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, absolutely. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, you are watching KUHS The Stream, and this is the Weekend Boost. We are talking to some just awesome people. Jeanette and Fidel, and Franz. Your first name is okay?
Yes.
Yes.
And so we're just talking about the boxing profession and the boxing world. We want to talk a little bit about immigrants coming into the United States and being accepted or finding opportunities. I know that it has to be very difficult.
Yes. You won't believe how many guys I got in the gym. We were just talking about it, that want to fight, don't have no opportunities to fight. They don't have a green card. They don't have a visa. How are they going to be able to accomplish that so they can fulfill their dreams? I have a guy with 30-some fights. He just came in the gym, but he can't fight because he has no kind of identification. You know what I mean? To do what he needs to do to get to fight. Because for these guys to fight, they got to have proper paperwork and proper everything to travel to do what they need to do.
And it's become almost impossible for immigrants to get their green card now. It's become more and more difficult, and so when we say, why are these, and I hate that word, illegals. I hate this word. But they say, why are these illegals here? And they don't understand that it's almost impossible for them to have the same inroads or the same opportunities or the equal playing field. And I mentioned my friend Franco Arguello. He was a roofer, and Franco had he had all this legal documentation, and he would tell me, they complain because we don't have auto insurance. Well, you see how much it costs for an immigrant to get insurance versus a citizen. It's not the same. And so, when we talk about they have to learn the entire bill of, or I can't remember what they have to learn to become a citizen. American citizens don't even know this, and so they put an unequal playing field or a field of opportunity for each individual as they come in.
I have a comment on that. One of the things, volunteering with the migrant community since 2023. One of the things I wish that the government would do is like, okay, yeah, you're gonna let people come in, or you're not gonna, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But we are a different country.
Mm-hmm.
We have different rules, and it's, they basically throw them out to like figure it out on your own, right? And like how you said, there's a lot of us that still like, we don't know, like you learn about it every day, but even like basic rules that we do know, they don't know, because their country is not run that way.
Exactly.
And so a lot of them get into trouble, but it's not even that bad of trouble. It's like, they got a speeding ticket.
And it could be a
in
life
their
sentence.
country, they don't have, and in their country, they don't have speeding. They don't have, like, you can only go 50 miles per hour, 45 miles per hour, and so those are things that, when I was involved, I was teaching them.
Very important things.
But at the same time, they're adults. They need to make those decisions for themselves. So I would educate them and like, these are the rules. You want to buy a car, you want to do this, this is what it requires here, and then you decide if you want to take it. And that isn't available, and I'm only one person, so how many people can I reach?
Wow.
And so, but I think that what you touched on that is very important, but a lot of people don't understand that because they think, oh, they're coming from another country, they have the same rules. Not the case.
No, everything's different.
Or the same opportunities.
Or the same opportunities.
Or the same opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of doors that are open to you and me that are not open to to migrants.
Yep.
My father-in-law was a migrant. They were from Colorado, but they always migrated from from Center Colorado. They'd go up to Greeley, they'd go to Fort Lupton, they'd go all over and pick potatoes, and then they'd go and pick another crop in the fall, and and so he used to tell me stories all the time about inequality, about how they would not be allowed to go in certain restaurants, or hotels would not even rent to them. And it really, as a young, and this was back when I was in my 20s, and it really started opening my eyes to the harsh realities of being a certain skin color.
Yep. Yep.
Explicando lo que es
the easiest way to say it.
Te digo que a veces vienen y la gente asume que todos los países son igual en las leyes y las reglas, y digo, es que no hay esa manera de educar, de que aquí es diferente. Y eso es algo que ustedes han aprendido, que Jenny ha aprendido, todos han aprendido, y le dije, debería de haber un sistema donde cuando vienen, enseñarles. Y dice, también, o sea, su familia también fueron inmigrantes y vinieron y les tenían diferentes reglas, y muchas veces porque eran más morenos o lo que sea, los discriminaban.
Okay. Sí, si hubiera un sistema que realmente al momento de entrar cualquier tipo de cantidad de migrantes de los países que fuera, hubiera un sistema que explicara cómo funciona el sistema dentro de los Estados Unidos, sería todo diferente, porque todos vienen con culturas diferentes, de países diferentes, sin saber cómo es acá. Entonces, por eso cometen también muchos errores que al momento de hacerse responsable de ellos, no lo comprenden, porque pues no es el mismo sistema, y es bastante complicado eso.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically what I just said, and I think that's really important. What he touched on at the end is that, it's a complicated system we live in, and when you have, like, they're coming from Venezuela, where the government is basically like non-existent, it's like for them it's very hard when they come here to comprehend those rules, comprehend that, hey, if you do something wrong, you're gonna get in trouble. Over there, they don't have that, and so it's educating, and he says that would be a blessing to a lot of people that come into this country and would be able to continue following those rules.
It's a whole new world when they come.
Yes, it's a whole new world.
Necesita un nuevo libro.
Yeah, necesitamos un libro, but how to be rules of the United States if you're coming from another country.
Hey guys, I just want to kind of tell you, right now we have about 63, almost 6,300 people watching the show worldwide. Our biggest audience is so interesting is Japan. Japón. I mean, we have, you know, the United States, normally we're way down there. Right now we're at 11% of our audience. Spain, Peru, Italy, India, Colombia, Indonesia, Singapore, Argentina, y más. So, one of the great things, I'm going to put a plug in for KUHS and Henry Archuleta. I'm telling you, el jefe está muy bien por la comunidad. KUHS is available to anyone in the world, and it's a wonderful opportunity for you guys to just find out about what's going on, find out about current events, find out about health, find out about just so many different topics. There's so many different shows on. En domingo la música está muy bien. It's canciones de domingo, the music of Sunday. And so, guys, you know, just really always tune into KUHS. If you're watching right now, call a friend and tell them to tune in. So, as you've become a trainer and you know you've learned about working with people on that level, how has that changed you?
A lot. It's different. I did a lot of coaching in other sports, but boxing is different. You got a lot of one-on-one with a lot of different fighters, and everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a couple other professional fighters that are just, one guy's different from this guy trains different from this guy. You know what I mean? This guy could be here at this time, this guy can't be here at this time. So it's tough, it's hard, but it's fun. I love it. I mean, like today is a busy day. I have our little kids fighting in our amateur team here about 1 o'clock, and then this evening I have another pro amateur fighter fighting for another title here in Castle Rock. So I got to go from Mount Ballard to Castle Rock with them the whole day. So I got a busy day today, which I love it. I love it. And then next week we leave on Thursday to Illinois for him to fight. So that's the life of a boxing coach, and I love it. I mean, it's every single day. It's Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday. I take Sundays off. I go fly fishing with my son every Sunday.
Yeah, you fly fish, yeah.
Every Sunday, me and my son, it's a getaway. It's relaxation for me to block everything out, and I get to spend memories with my son.
Yes. You tie your own flies?
Yes.
What's your
He
favorite
does
fly?
more. He does more. Mine's a Rainbow Warrior.
But
my son does a lot of streamers, and he does a lot of flies for me.
I was a Woolly Burger guy.
Yeah, hey, that works too.
Yeah, I love fishing. I haven't gone it lately, but yeah, I just love it. It's a wonderful pastime. It's a good theory, you know, good.
I was taught from my father to my grandfather, so it's been in our generations. I have 6 granddaughters, and all 6 of them fish. They don't fly fish, but all 6 of them fish.
They're working that way.
Oh yeah, they're working it.
I've heard that the sportsmen with the highest IQ are fishermen too. So.
Hey, right on. I don't know about that. I think these boxing guys got a great IQ.
No
got
doubt.
to realize on what they do. I mean, they got punches getting thrown at them. They got 45 different things that can come back at them at one time, and they got to be ready for every single position.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Right? So.
Es que él dice que los que pescan, que son atletas, son los más inteligentes. Y él dice, no, pero también los boxeadores, me dice, porque ellos les están golpeando en la esta y tienen que ver las estrategias y todo eso los hace muy inteligentes también.
Sí, por eso es uno de los deportes más completos que existen, por todos los movimientos y toda todo lo que tiene que realizar para poder ejecutar y una estrategia o pensar en la estrategia que tiene el oponente, los movimientos, las defensas, los golpes, son muchas cosas al tiempo.
A lot of people think that boxing is just like, hey, we're just going to punch each other out. And he says, no, you have to know this. Yes, and gimmick and strategy and how to read your opponent and when is that punch going to come or how is that punch going to come. He's like, so you're working. He's like, he said that boxing is one of the most complete sports because it works your mind and your body.
That makes sense.
I played every other sport. Never got to do boxing. My mom didn't want me to get punched in the face. But I let my daughter do it. And now my granddaughter's a fighter too. So yes, but yeah, I think so. I played every other sport there was, and to me, being a boxer is crazy. The intelligence they got to have, and we got to show them what they got to do is crazy to think how much they got to think in that ring. It's crazy. It is.
When you're in a fight, and you see el otro hombre, eyes to eye, do you hear the crowd?
Cuando tú estás en una pelea y estás con tu oponente y lo estás viendo de ojo a ojo, ¿tú oyes también a la gente que está alrededor o nomás es lo que está pasando en
Sí,
el ring?
realmente uno escucha todo lo que está alrededor, pero uno está enfocado en una sola cosa y es en el rival, pues en ese momento del combate. En los momentos, en los minutos activos del combate, uno está concentrado en lo que está haciendo, pero sí se escucha todo lo que dicen alrededor.
Yeah, you can hear the sound and you hear the crowd, but you're very focused on the person in front of you, because you have to stay focused. But he's like, but that also, you know, it's in the background. It's more like background noise.
And it's, go ahead.
Incluso, pues es una de las cosas que uno aprende a desarrollar, porque la pelea no es solo mía, es también de la esquina que está ahí conmigo. Entonces, a veces en el ring me falta algún tipo de movimiento o una combinación, y si en la esquina me lo gritan, yo lo puedo ejecutar sin necesidad de mirarlo, solamente escuchar mientras estoy en el combate con la otra persona.
So he says that that's like something that you also have to develop. It's, you know, sometimes I will miss a hit or, you know, I didn't do a combination, and it's like a training mechanism where you don't have to turn around and your coach is in your corner and look at him to tell you what to do. He's like, they're just yelling it out, so I have to be paying attention to the person in front of me and my coach.
Escucha también.
Yes, he's like, because then I can hear a combination that he just throws out, but my focus is still on my opponent, and then I can just execute it. So it is a talent that they have to learn, because they have to be able to not turn focus from their opponent and be able to listen also to the people that are in their corner. Yeah.
Or the crowd.
Or the crowd.
You know what I mean? The crowd roaring, they got to block out the crowd and be able to hear just their coach, which they don't do all the time. I mean, it's hard. You got to realize everybody's screaming and yelling, you know, and then you got other coaches and their coaches screaming and yelling. So that's what's great about these guys. They're so smart that no matter what's going on in there, if we trained and did what we're supposed to do, they're not going to hear nobody but their focus on that fighter. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they come back to the corners, when we tell them things, hey, you missed this, you missed that. You know,
He's open here.
Yes, because I mean, even during the fight, I scream and yell like crazy. You don't hear me half the time. There's no way they could with everybody's noise. You know what I mean? It's just so much going, and then he's got to be thinking about all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because regardless, that guy's still in front of him, trying to punch his lights out.
Dice que
Stop,
pues,
I keep going, sorry.
es difícil a veces también, o sea, a veces no lo oye, no lo vas a poder oír porque la gente está gritando, y lo dice también los otros entrenadores también están gritando. Me dice, pero de todas maneras nosotros aprovechamos cuando tienes ese descanso también de volverle a decir, perdiste, no metiste este golpe, puedes hacer estas combinaciones, él se está dejando abierto, y a ustedes también están entrenados, pero dice, eso enseña la inteligencia que tienen los boxeadores de poder hacer muchas cosas a la misma vez también. Dice.
I know that there's a lot of young boys and girls in schools that want to be a professional athlete or a professional football player or whatever. And we know that 99.9% of them are never going to make it. But you still have to have it in your heart and in your mind that that's what you want. When you were a little boy, did you see yourself as a professional boxer?
Dice, hay muchos niños pues, que quieren ser profesionales en cualquier deporte, fútbol, box, lo que sea. I'm sorry, after the professional boxing.
99.9% of them never make it.
99% de ellos pues nunca llegan a ese nivel profesional. Cuando tú estabas chico, ¿tú soñabas en ser un boxeador profesional cuando empezaste el box?
Sí, cuando yo empecé el box, realmente lo que me inspiró a mí a llegar siempre o estar siempre allí fueron mis compañeros. Habían compañeros que eran mucho mejor que yo en el tema boxístico, y cada vez que lo veía siempre quería ser como ellos. Y al tiempo de salir de mi bachiller, mi última pelea fue con uno de ellos que yo siempre quise ser como él. Terminé ganándole, pero eso fue mi nivel competitivo de yo querer ser como él o llegar a ser como él. Luego que yo
Sorry, I'm just telling the story.
Hey, just do.
So he says that yes, when he started boxing, actually what motivated him more were the ones that were older than him and his peers around him. And they were a lot better than he was because he was just starting out, and that was his motivation to get better and to become them, if not better. And he said, when I went to high school, one of my biggest mentors, it was my fight. I got to fight him, and I was so excited, and it motivated me more, and I did beat him.
Oh.
And so I was able to like keep that momentum and keep that's my focus, and just, that's my trajectory. Okay, sigue.
Ahora sí.
Okay, it's not mucho.
Entonces, eso me enseñó a mí a que yo sí podía lograr mi objetivo. Ahí fue donde yo empecé a darme cuenta de que yo podría llegar lejos en este deporte.
So he says that after he beat him, that was such a big motivation because it said it was like a goal that I set, and then I got to the goal and I reached it, and now I saw like an open road that this is what I want to do, and I want to get better, and I want to get better.
En este deporte, en cualquier deporte, para tú llegar realmente a donde quieres llegar, solamente tienes que tener disciplina, amor y constancia. Todo lo podemos hacer, simplemente que hay que tener esas tres cosas para poder lograrlo.
So he says that, in any sport, he's like, you have to have motivation, and one of the biggest things is also you have to be passionate, you have to be dedicated, and you have to have love for what you're doing. He's like, with those three things, you can push yourself to get where you want to go.
Yeah, that's the only way you could look past the victories or getting the defeats.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you just put that behind you and say the next one, el próximo.
Dice, lo que tú dijiste eso ayuda también a cuando pierdes y te derrotas, te puedes volver a parar y el que sigue, y el que sigue, y el que sigue.
Sí, a eso iba. Siempre van a haber obstáculos en el camino, siempre. Pero no tenemos que agarrarnos de eso, tenemos que agarrarnos de lo que realmente estás aprendiendo y de lo que te está ayudando. Puede ser una derrota, puede ser una caída, puede ser algún tema que no te salió bien, pero siempre tienes que estar concentrado en lo que realmente, a donde quieres llegar, y eso es lo que te va a ayudar a ti a salir adelante.
So there's always going to be obstacles in the road, but if you keep that focus and you also learn from those defeats, you can continue on that path and not take your eyes off the path. You're going to get there. And it keeps you motivated as well.
I want to tell a quick story.
Sure.
If you get a train and you get a triangle block this big and you put it under one of the wheels and the train's not rolling, it can't roll. No matter how much diesel they put on, no matter how much they hit the gas, that train won't roll. But if you remove that train, that block, and this train could start rolling, and it goes, and there's a building a block long, it goes through in one side and out the other. One little block could stop you if you're not careful. You have to be so careful that these little blocks, the obstacles, it might be a defeat, it might be you got sick, you might have had a bad argument with another manager. You have to say, no, that's not gonna stop me. I don't know if that's important, but I'm gonna.
Hizo un ejemplo de lo que dijiste. Dice, puedes tener un tren y le pones un triángulo en una llanta y está parado el tren. El tren trata de avanzar, no va a poder avanzar porque está el triángulo. Pero si quitas ese triángulo y el tren avanza todo lo que da, o sea, y hay un edificio enfrente, el tren va a pasar con toda la fuerza. Y si a veces ese obstáculo tan chico te puede parar de tus metas y tu carrera.
How do you say train?
Tren.
No, tú eres el tren. Sí.
The train, yes.
Yeah. En 5 años, what do you expect from yourself? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
En 5 años, ¿dónde quieres estar?
El campeón.
En 5 años espero yo tener mis títulos completos unificados, si Dios me lo permite. Siguiendo con el enfoque y siguiendo siguiendo con mi mentalidad positiva y el enfoque que tengo, espero ser campeón del mundo, si Dios lo permite.
He wants to have his titles and he wants to be the champion.
Right on, right on. What is your weight class?
Peso,
160 libras.
160.
Oh, man.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
I'm at a 20-year low at 185.
Me too. But that's the dedication I got to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got to be lifting weights. He's got to be running. He's got to be
Todo el
eating
tiempo.
correctly. He's got to be training every day. He's got
Todos
to
los
get
días.
everything.
Mm.
And then you also got to remember that he just don't do that. He's still got a wife to take care of at home. He's still got a son to take care of at home. Still have bills to pay at home. It ain't just boxing. People just sit back and think that all these dudes is just fight. It ain't just fighting. They still have a life to live. They still got a family to take care of.
Now, do you still have a job outside of boxing too?
Si tienes trabajo aparte del box.
Tell them what I said though as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell them what I
No,
said.
está diciendo que, o sea, no nomás esa parte del entrenamiento que ustedes están haciendo, es también que tienen familia, que tienen esposo, que tienen que trabajar para las responsabilidades, para mantener a su familia. Yes, he does have a job. He works for the airport, and his wife. They were able to get jobs, and they've been there for, it's going to be 2 years in January.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah,
Dos
it's going to
años.
be 2 years.
Come on.
So he does that and then trains.
And trains.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
No tiempo para nada.
Yeah, when Crawford's team offered him to be in the training camp in Colorado Springs, the company that he works for the airport, allowed him to do a leave of absence to focus on that training camp and also for him to take advantage. I mean, it's an opportunity of a lifetime that he received within coming here 2 years. You know,
Yeah.
like nobody, like
Well,
who does
I'm sorry, but this wasn't the first time that he's with Crawford either. So Crawford and Canelo this last fight, but the fight before that, I've been known in the Crawford camp and the Crawford team for at least 10 years now. My son and a bunch of other fighters has been sparring with them. Gracefully, thank God I got Fran, and he came around at the exact same time. Crawford's in the same weight class.
Oh.
And he's been training with Crawford for the 2 years. Before this fight, they flew us out to Vegas and paid for our training and everything out there with him. Then this camp came about, and that's when we came together and we wrote a letter to the job expressing what am I trying to say?
The need,
opportunity,
yeah, the
the
opportunity,
opportunity
yeah.
to be with this, because not everybody in the world gets a chance to train with the best fighter in the world.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
That's
You
that's
know,
not
that's
even a once in a lifetime. It's
exactly.
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
Yes.
She realized that when we got involved with all this, and a lot of the fighters in our gym, when I got an opportunity to take them down to watch them guys train, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yes.
Wow.
He was definitely his sparring partner. I would go down there to help with interpreting, and he was his sparring partner. Probably one of his favorite sparring partner, the main one.
The main sparring
He was
partner.
always the
There was
first
other
one.
guys there, but he was the main
one.
main one for Crawford.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
To help him
And
prepare for this.
he got to live down there with them. He got to train with them every day, see how it is and what it takes to be a world champion. Not everybody gets that opportunity.
Yeah, he got to get really immersed in it, right?
Nobody gets that. No, not everybody gets that opportunity. You realize that when other camps and other fighters, they have camps, they train with the guys that they have. That's it. And nobody gets an opportunity. They get a call, hey, come on, train with us.
Hey, if you give me the name and address and the phone number of your gym once more before we run out of time.
The gym is called A Family Affair Boxing. We're off of 74th and 74th and Federal. Sorry. Phone number is 720-568-9934, and that's my personal number. So give me a call. I talk to all. We start kids out at 6 years old. They're not allowed to fight till they're 9 years old. But I have a bunch of little kids that love to be in there.
Wow.
And I have, I don't know, probably anywhere from 15 years old up to 35-year-old men that are in there training.
Good for you, man.
That every single one of them look up to this man. They come in there and they want to train with him every day. They see his work ethic. They see his dedication. Every single guy goes, I want to train with him. I want to be with him. Let him know that.
No, o sea, da información de su gimnasio y lo dice que aparte de eso, pues tiene niños desde los 9 años hasta hombres de 35 y que vienen, muchos de los boxeadores quieren entrenar contigo y quieren aprender de ti. Entonces quería que te dijeras.
And he helps everybody. Like
Yeah,
I said before, he trains every single one of them. From
you
the
also
littlest
told-
kids to the oldest guy in there, he will show them and work with everybody. guys, girls, because we have a bunch of girls in our gym too. Yes. So.
Do you see yourself having a gym one day?
¿Tú te ves teniendo tu propio gimnasio un día?
Sí.
You can have mine.
Retire.
When I'm done, it's all his. I got 10 years, 15 years, and he can have it. I'm done. I want to be fishing every day.
Yeah, I believe that.
De que
Yeah.
cuando él se retira se va a ir a pescar y te va a dejar el gimnasio.
Yeah. Guys, I started out with the show by saying that everybody's looking for a hero. And if you can't find one, be one. This
Thank
is
you.
what heroes look like. This is what the future of America needs to look like. You know, Latinos are the 5th largest economy in the world. When we find out who we really are, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. You know, they're not going to call us minorities anymore. We're going to be igual on every level. And what they're trying to do now, it's a passing thing. It's going to go by the wayside. We are equal. We are intelligent. We are successful. We're hard workers. We have dedication. We have more people with Purple Hearts than any group in the world. We are patriots. And so please, if you have negative thoughts about Latinos or people of black people, people of color, and women, I think you need to reevaluate everything you thought, because the truth of the matter is we're here and we're here to stay.
I agree.
I don't know if you want to translate it, but muchas palabras.
No, pues él está diciendo que, o sea, todos debemos estar igual. Los latinos somos la economía, que somos el número 5 en la economía. O sea, ya no somos minoría, ya vamos a ser igual. No es de la minoría, de la mayoría, vamos a ser todos igual, para que vean que nosotros somos inteligentes y que somos fuertes y somos trabajadores y que hay que hacer respeto.
Yes, that's perfect. Guys, we got 5 minutes to talk. Anything you want to say in closing remarks?
Tenemos 5 minutos. ¿Hay algo que quieren compartir, que quieran decir?
All I really want to say is I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Jeanette for getting us hooked up. Jay, everybody in here helping us. Is the jefe. She's the jefe. She's the jefe. But I want to thank all them. I want to thank my wife for standing by me, helping me get through starting this. So, you know, our sponsors, but we could get that in a minute. Go ahead.
¿Algo que quieras decir? Le estaban más dando gracias a todos.
Igual yo darle las gracias a ustedes por darnos la oportunidad de estar acá, de presentar en su programa pues parte de nuestras vidas. Darle gracias también a Janet por todo el trabajo que ha hecho con nosotros, y desde que entré ha sido la persona que me ha ayudado a crecer acá en los Estados Unidos. A Fidel, que me abrió las puertas de su gimnasio para entrar, que no es fácil conseguir a alguien que te abra las puertas de esa manera. También de su casa, de su familia, es algo muy importante, y hace una base fundamental en el equipo para seguir adelante. Y pues nada, todas las personas que me han apoyado, todas las personas que me apoyan, mi familia que está en Venezuela, tengo familia en Colombia también, a mis jefes del aeropuerto, que también cubren una parte de esa posibilidad de que yo esté acá, porque pues me dan el permiso, que no todos los trabajos hacen ese tipo de cosas. Entonces, gracias a todos por eso, y bueno, vamos a seguir adelante y con los planes que tenemos.
Have fun with that one.
Es mucho.
He definitely wants to thank you guys for giving him the opportunity to come and talk and meet with you. He also wanted to thank his family, and he wanted to thank Fidel, for taking a chance on him and giving him the opportunity, and everything that he's done for him. He really values that. And then another thing that he wanted to thank was, the bosses of the company that he works for at the airport, because, being flexible, not a lot of companies are, and understanding also his passion. He wants to give them that credit and say thank you to them for allowing that, to give him that opportunity as well. And he also is very, very thankful with his family that has supported him through this. He also has family in Venezuela and in Colombia that have also supported him. They all watch him online when he has his fights. So he has, everybody that is surrounded him.
I want you to announce when the next fight is. Where can people tune into it? And
The next fight is at the Hard Rock Cafe in Rockford, Illinois. I don't know exactly if there's a stream or anything yet, but I will post it and I will put it up there. But it's next Saturday, October 3rd.
Friday.
Or next Friday, sorry.
oh, so it's next Friday.
Next
What's
Friday.
what are you saying?
Yeah, it's next Friday. Sorry. Yeah, I forget. The fights are on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So backwards. Yes, so it is next Friday, October 3rd in Rockford, Illinois at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Hard Rock Cafe. Guys, I've just been so honored to have you guys. It's just really a pleasure to have you and to be able to share, you know, all three of your gifts that you've given to the community. Please keep doing what you're doing. Please keep, you know, los manos de los niños está más importante. That's all the Spanish I know.
That's what it's about.
Yes.
Nobody realizes is we help all the kids, and it doesn't matter. You know, race, breed, or color. Come to the gym. We'll help you out.
Ya, dice que es importante enfocarnos también en la juventud, en los niños, porque pues, es el futuro.
Es el futuro.
Y es lo que él dice, todos están bienvenidos, no importa tú de dónde vienes, de qué color de piel tienes, lo que sea, vengan al gimnasio.
Claro que sí.
I want to say thank you to our sponsors.
Oh,
Yes, please.
Yes, we have a couple sponsors that is helping us out a lot lately. Cruise Welding, as well, 303 Print Shop, and KO Knockout Roofing. They're all located here in Colorado.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out to our sponsors.
Right on. Guys, I have to read your last name. Frayerson Puerta.
Frangelson Puerta.
Frayerson Puerta. And Fidel Martinez
Yes, sir.
and Jeanette
Financiero.
Bilancieri. Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, you have been watching the Weekend Boost. Thank you again. Thank you for joining us. We will be talking to you in 2 weeks. And remember, tune in to KUHS because there's always something for you to hear. See you next time.
Yeah, I didn't realize.